The day I was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I was also diagnosed with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I had no idea what EDS was, and then there was POTS, suddenly added to the mix. So, how did the diagnosis of POTS change my life? How do I manage it now? That's what I'm going to speak about today. After 18 months of struggling to walk and breathe properly, I was diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but I was also diagnosed with an autonomic dysfunction called POTS. Frankly, after 18 months of misdiagnosis, feeling lost, helpless, legs not functioning well, and taking incorrect medication, I was now presented with the name of not one, but two medical conditions I had never heard of, yet they were troubling me. I have already spoken about my diagnosis of EDS, how I manage it, my diet, and its connection with other conditions right here on this channel of mine. So I'll link them to this video and in the description box. But I realized that I haven't spoken about the impact of POTS. I think it's time I did that. Firstly, please remember that I am not a medical professional. I am a patient sharing my health journey and what I do to help myself. Please seek a medical professional for your personal case. Now, with that out of the way, what is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS? So POTS is a form of dysautonomia. Dysautonomia is a disorder of the autonomic nervous system, ANS. The autonomic nervous system controls functions that we don't need to think to control. It just happens, such as our body temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, our ability to sweat, our bladder control, intestines, pupils, and there are many such functions. Now, more specifically, POTS, as so nicely explained and defined by hopkinsmedicine.org, as, and I quote them, postural, related to the position of your body, orthostatic, related to standing upright, tachycardia, increased heart rate, syndrome, a group of symptoms. Those with POTS go through various symptoms, and usually no two patients are the same. Symptoms include, and these are just some of the symptoms: dizziness, fainting, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, fatigue, nausea, headaches, palpitations, brain fog, shakiness, diarrhea, constipation, vertigo, weakness, and like I said, many more. POTS tends to affect blood circulation around the body, which should automatically be regulated, as well as our sympathetic nervous system that controls our flight or fight response. Now, without complicating this explanation further, I'll attempt to explain this simply. POTS symptoms are usually experienced because of an increase in heart rate, which is activated from a lower amount of blood circulation and blood pooling below the heart. For some, even certain elevated hormones can also activate the increase. I will link information to this in the description box because I really want to share what's changed about my life with POTS and what all I do to manage it. So, how does POTS affect me? Early signs of POTS for me was a drop in blood pressure as I moved from a position of lying down, then sitting, and eventually standing. If I get up too fast or turn too suddenly, then I get dizzy, which has caused me to fall to the floor many times. Suspecting POTS, my doctor took my blood pressure lying down, sitting, and then standing, which showed an obvious drop in blood pressure each time. To add to this, I was showing regular signs of blood pooling in my feet. And of course, having a form of dysautonomia is very common in those who have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Also, over time, I have realized that I do have other forms of dysautonomia which affect my temperature and my ability to sweat. I have had fever every day since October 2015, and that's a crazy amount of days, which adds to my fatigue. Next question. How do I manage my POTS? Initially, I didn't know what hit me, and like I said earlier, I didn't know what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome was, and I was diagnosed with POTS the same day, which is why it took me a while to understand both the conditions. But eventually, along with my doctor's advice and some trial and error, I managed to figure out various ways to help me reduce the troubles POTS gives me. And here's how I manage. Please remember to consult your doctor before following any of the ways I've mentioned, because I'm not a doctor and you must always take personalized professional help. Number 1, increase in fluid intake. This helps the body to remain hydrated and reduces the possibility of dizziness from lack of water. Number 2, increase in salt intake. This allows the maintenance of blood pressure because mine tends to drop. There are days when I can tell the blood pressure is increasing, so those days I don't increase my salt intake. It can be tough to strike a balance, but over time you begin to understand your body and the signs it gives you. Number 3, not moving, getting up, or turning too fast. Being more mindful of my movements, especially when I wake up in the morning after lying down for so many hours. First, I sit up in bed for a few minutes. Then I get my legs hanging at the side of the bed, and then I stand. This whole process can take anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, as I also have a lot of pain in my legs from having EDS. So it takes quite a while for my body to adjust. Number 4, having smaller meals and eating slowly. Having smaller but regular meals helps maintain my salt and sugar levels. Also, I have to now chew slowly so that I don't tire myself. I've also had to change my diet to make sure that I'm not having gluten or refined foods that troubles my POTS symptoms more. But in all honesty, the real motivation to change my diet was my endometriosis and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and luckily it helps my POTS as well. So I've done a video about my diet, which I will link. Number 5, keeping legs elevated. When I sleep at night, I keep my legs elevated to reduce chances of blood pooling and any fluid retention in the legs. Poor circulation tends to keep my hands and feet cold, so elevation helps to reduce the coldness of my feet and stops them from turning purple. Now, number 6, breathing exercises, Anulom Vilom. So in yoga, there is a pranayam. Pranayam is a practice of breath control. So there's a pranayam called Anulom Vilom, also known as alternate nostril breathing. This helps to improve my headaches, circulation of air, helps regulate my blood pressure, reduces anxiety, calms the mind, improves metabolism, and in general helps to improve overall body balance. I do this for 15 minutes every day and sometimes do it multiple times a day as well. And lastly, number 7. Walking sticks for balance. My walking sticks help to give me instant balance when I get dizzy episodes while being out and about. So they're so important for me. Now, as I come to the end of this video, I just want to say that over the years, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome has changed most things about my life. What I eat, how much I eat, how I chew so that I don't tire myself, how I move, whether it's standing up or even how quickly I turn in bed. I have found that I have to be so very mindful with everything. But thankfully, the 7 ways I've spoken about today have improved my quality of life. But if I move away from doing any of these 7 things, then I definitely invite a whole load of trouble for myself. Do you have POTS or any other form of dysautonomia? How do you manage it? I'd love to hear from you. So please do leave your comments in the comment section below, and please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Bye-bye.